Greetings, goddesses, and welcome. Welcome to the Sovereign Goddess Sanctuary Experience. My name is Vandana Atara Nora. Thank you so much for joining me. I'd love to ask everyone to just chat in where you're calling from, where you live in the world, and also what your intention is for today's session. What guided you here? What is it about the name, even the Sovereign Goddess Sanctuary, really spoke to your heart? So I'd love to hear from you. Please, please, please chat in the chat box, type in your responses, and welcome again. So thank you all for being here. I'll just wait a moment and give people a couple of minutes to kind of settle in. We have a lot of people that signed up for this call. And this is very encouraging because this is the time now, that the times that we're living in now more than ever before, that we really need each other. It's not just poetry or niceties, it's truth. And we're here to speak our truth. We're here to ask for help when we need it and to be able to receive whatever blessings, magic, or miracles we deserve that are our birthright, really. So the time is now to really unify, to unite our consciousness, to gather and to strengthen our desires to help ourselves and each other, right? To reparent our inner children, to really be there and to show up authentically for whoever might need us. But it all starts within us. So today is going to be about self care. I'm going to be running some energy processes to uplift your vibration, to shift you, to open your heart so you could actually feel not only potentially joy and ease and peace, but just feel whatever you're meant to feel, to release, to reset, and to really regroup. And so community is important because we are not, excuse me, we're not meant to be alone. We need each other because it's in our DNA. We all come from this tribal collective, right? We're not supposed to just like grieve alone or hide from the world when we're not feeling our best. We're here to give and receive healing, and those are the qualities of a true divine goddess. So I'm going to take a look at the chat box, but I don't see all of you typing in why you're here. What is your intention for joining this community, right? For joining at least once a month to receive help, but also to hold a space for other goddesses, right? So this group is open for anyone and everyone who identifies as female. So there are no gender exclusions. So this is going to be for men and women, but for the most part, I have a feeling that it'll just really be women that will be guided to embody their inner goddess, to awaken their inner goddess. And like I said, there are no hard or fast rules about who can join and who's not allowed to join. The energy of this group is about inclusivity, right? It's about diversity, inclusivity, and so we're all equal here. There are no leaders or followers. We're all each other's teachers and we're all students of each other as well. We could all stand to learn from each other, no matter how much knowledge we have. So while I'm waiting for everyone to chat in where you're from and what your intention is, I just wanted to share this beautiful new Oracle deck card. This beautiful new Oracle deck, and it's called the Divine Feminine Oracle. And the artwork is just breathtaking. And so right before I I came on Zoom today with you, I'm just feeling very excited because I could feel everyone's energy. And so right before I joined Zoom, I thought, my goddess, my inner goddess, my higher power said, why don't you just pick a card for the whole group? So that's exactly what I did. And I'm going to reveal this is like where everybody's at pretty much. And so this is a collective message for everybody here. Obviously, we don't have the time in this free intro session to do private readings. So if you want a goddess reading and you want to learn how to embody the qualities of a living goddess, of course, you can always reach out to me. But for now, Joan of Arc is the messenger, and Joan of Arc is the warrior of light. And we are all remembering because we already know how to be this and to do this, to embody the qualities of a light warrior. And so her message from Joan of Arc is I have a steel like faith, a steadfast steel like faith in myself, and the angels armor me with conviction. So you could see Joan in all her glory. There's actually an eagle totem on the side, and then there's the sun, and there's a lot of gold and a lot of celestial activity in the skies. And of course, she's wearing a suit of armor and she has her flag, right? So this is, you can call this a spiritual warrior or the light warrior flag. And it feels so true for everyone. I think everyone can relate on some level to this message. It's just really a reminder. It's a reminder that you already are what you've been looking for outside of you, right? And we're all purging, but we're also all being called to step into our own powers, right? And in this case, the divine feminine powers, that Shakti energy, the potency, the mastery, and the agency. And this is why we all need each other, because there are so many things that are happening so rapidly on the planet that we're not in control of, right? But what we can be in control of is our response to all the drama, to all of the massive transformation and the unpredictability, the uncertainty of our futures, and not only for us, but our children and our children's children. And so, Joan of Arc, thank you for coming out. And I hope that this inspires you, this message to come out. But we have a lot to cover today. I hope this was an empowering and inspiring message. I'm just gonna have a quick look to see what you all have to say and what really guided you to land here today, because I'm sure there are a lot of other things you could be doing in this window of time, but this is really important to take even a few minutes a day to celebrate and to embrace your inner goddess, but also your feelings, your emotions, whatever is coming up for you that's ready to release and transform into something better. So, Angela, hey, Angela, Angie's from Canada. She loves drumming, circles. Yes, we're going to do that next time. I have my drum in the other room, but I was thinking about it. So, you read my mind. Very good. Very good call, Angie. Uh, she says that she loves drumming circles and facilitating them, and my teachings and healing sessions have really spoken to her heart. Thank you so much, Angie. I love you. Stephanie, I love you too. Thank you for calling in from Charleston, South Carolina. It was so nice hearing from you today. I receive your love. Stephanie says her intention is to release fear, not enoughness, right? Like the not good enough, the unworthiness, and also having to try so hard to seek outside validation, right? Seek things outside of yourself to embody your goddess essence. Very well put. I love that. And Angie also says, I'm here to be part of a like-minded community with like-minded people who are here to heal not only ourselves, but our family, our lineage, and all of humanity. Wilma, hi Wilma. It's been a minute since we've
Sweet.
seen each other. It's so
Oh,
nice to see you. So Wilma's
oh,
intention is to allow herself to awaken her inner goddess. And we're going to talk about exactly what that means, because awakening our inner goddess can mean different things to different people. So I also want to make sure we're all aligned, we're all on the same page, we're all centered, present, and grounded. We're not multitasking on other devices, but we're really listening, right? We're listening to the messages, the information, the insights that are coming through in each one of our sessions. So Wilma is saying, my intention is to thrive in physical and financial well-being and abundance. Stephanie says, powerful. Yeah, I can feel so much power in this womb healing space. Asha, hey Asha. Asha says to be in everyone's energy. Sorry, I'm not feeling so good, she says. I have a very bad headache. Well, you let me know by the end of the session if your headache is still as intense, or it might have diminished from, let's say, a 9 or a 10 to a 1 or a 2. I could pretty much guarantee that you'll feel a lot better, a lot more at peace, and you'll experience just the support. You're already being held on the arms, on the wings, on the shoulders of all of these strong medicine women in our group. So it's such an honor and pleasure to see you and to see everybody here. So what I want to do is I'm going to start sharing my screen again, just for a little bit. And just give me a minute to set this up. Slideshow. All right. Okay, now I don't want to go there quite yet. Sorry, I'm still learning how to do this without an assistant. So just, I'll get there. Here we are. We already just listened to, and I'll send you the replay, by the way, by tomorrow, for those that couldn't make the live call, or if you just want to listen and practice these empowerment processes on your own at home. But first, we listened to, I was just saying, we all come from the goddess, which is one of my favorite goddess tunes. So this was just to kind of uplift you and get you in the mood to really honor everything about you, where you've been, where you are currently, to accept things just as they are without fighting or resisting, right? But also to take your powers back and to start making a plan
Hello, good
for the
morning.
future.
Good
So I'm
morning.
going to ask everyone to
Yeah.
mute
Hey, little
your,
love. Hey,
yes, please
Dobo.
mute your microphones. Let me
You
see
did
if I
good,
can go ahead and do
baby.
that.
Hey, doll.
So if you can hear me,
Hey,
please mute
doll,
your
baby.
microphones. Thank you. Okay, wonderful. Andrew's saying, yes, I'm experiencing a lot of ascension symptoms, headaches too. And it also could be like just maybe a change of diet, like maybe you've been eating chicken or fish or meat, and then all of a sudden you go to prepare dinner and you're like, oh, I can't even look at that. I'm going to become a vegan or a vegetarian. Or it could be like weird, irregular sleep patterns, or even an irregular heartbeat, maybe low blood pressure or high blood pressure. It's all good. These are the changing times. The times are a changing, right? So what does it mean, first of all, to be sovereign? Just to make sure we're all on the same page. And please go ahead and feel free to type in your responses as we go along, because I definitely want to hear from you, because I'm here for you. I'm not here to just talk to myself. That's kind of boring. So what does it mean to be sovereign? So I just put this together this morning. Having What it means to be sovereign is having the highest power, being completely independent, autonomous, and to thrive in the state of being free from complete power or control of another or others. Got it? Being sovereign means you get to choose the kind of life, the quality of life that you dream of and desire, that you envision. So being sovereign means being strong, resilient, and having agency over your destiny. It also just means being yourself, right? And not giving in, not settling down, not not settling for less than you deserve. And that means boundary settings, breaking free from codependent or toxic relationships, or even changing your job or career, no matter how old you are, because we're all born with healing hands, with healing fingertips, and we get to use our healing gifts. We get to awaken and activate our clairvoyance, our clairsentience, and just honor our special gifts, especially for you energy sensitive, highly sensitive empaths out there. So this this circle, this community is really, really for highly sensitive, intuitive empaths, as well as caregivers who are on the verge of burnout, who forget to care for themselves as their number one priority. So, being sovereign also refers to feeling or taking on the role or embodying the qualities of a queen or a princess or a priestess, or just someone who holds an important position of responsibility, right? So that's really important. Now, what does it mean to embody goddess energy? I used to have a friend years ago, also a Reiki master teacher, and we're going back at least 10 years, maybe more. And she used to always call me goddess. And I thought, oh, please, that sounds so cliche. I mean, just can't you just call me by my name? Of course, I didn't say that to her directly, but I thought that. I thought, oh, God, like this is so it feels so uncomfortable actually, but I would then call her goddess back, and she would even kind of try to train me and say, well, when I call you goddess, then you call me goddess back, as a sign of respect. And I got that because I wasn't really in my goddess um essence at that time. But now I love it, and when I call someone a goddess or refer to them that way, it feels so endearing and natural instead of uncomfortable. So sometimes it takes years. It could take a really long time until you feel worthy or good enough to think of yourself or identify as a goddess. So, goddess energy embodiment is well, first, here is the Merriam-Webster definition. Goddess is a female, usually referred to as a female supernatural deity or a human woman who is greatly admired, especially for her beauty, power, strength, intelligence, and wisdom, who's beautiful, charming, and respected by many. She always feels safe, supported, and trusts her gifts, intuition, and she's connected to her higher self, her higher power, her I am presence completely and always. Well, at least the majority of the time. A goddess embodies the fierce female energies of the entire universe, divine mother, divine feminine, that can be identified as receptivity, patience, persistence, intuition, self-compassion, and like I said before, there is the Hindu goddess, the Shakti, female potency, the creative Kundalini. All of this is about embodying not our creator, but our creatrix frequency. A goddess is one who's self sustaining, who knows who she is, who's proud of where she is, and also her roots and where she's come from. And she doesn't seek or need outside validation or approval at all. She's self confident, aware, and believes in herself completely. So, what is a sanctuary? Well, this is a sanctuary. The sanctuary is a place where you feel welcome. A sanctuary, a sovereign goddess sanctuary, is a space that offers refuge or protection or both. It's a holy space. It's a sacred space that welcomes everyone, never turns anyone away. It's a safe shelter, a retreat. It's a haven from harsh realities that we're all experiencing in one way or the other. It's a place that we know and trust we can always escape to, and and we know and we trust, again, we trust the process. We trust that This is a place that we can come to, that we can visit without even having to leave our home because we're all meeting online from all over the world. So this is the place where we get to experience this pure peace, this sense of belonging, this home away from home, the space, the ease, so we could let go. It's like a respite. We could let go of all of our worldly problems, and not to make light of our worldly problems because they are real. We all need to pay our bills. We all need to uh, move beyond just survival and barely getting by. We all deserve that. That's our birthright. So, being in a sanctuary like this, such a beautiful place for you to deeply rest, digest, process. It's a place of beauty where we hold each other up, we uplift each other. It's a place of heart connection, a place of deep comfort and security. And why we gather together is to help the ascension process, to regenerate, rebirth ourselves, reset, restore, rejuvenate our true selves, not our false selves or the false beliefs, the old stories that were passed on to us from our ancestors. This is a place where we could literally unzip all that armor, like Joan of Arc said to us before, where we can deprogram ourselves from the matrix, from the 3D old dense and heavy patriarchal realities, which we're actually living through as we speak. Okay, so I'm sure everyone can relate to this. This is a place that honors all females to stay strong on their path. We share similar values with each other. We're aligned with each other. We It's a place where we could really get to know ourselves again, to discover or rediscover our hidden gifts, our special talents, skills, and healing abilities. And most of all, it's a place where we could really get crystal clear on our most authentic soul purpose. So, what are the benefits of belonging to a community? So go ahead and type in your thoughts, your insights, where you're calling from. Welcome to the new people who just popped on. I'll take a look at the chat box in a moment, but I just want you to know that this is a very sacred space for you to share whatever you need to share. Whatever you share here stays here, right? Everything is in confidence. So, what are the benefits of belonging to a community versus just dealing with your stuff alone, being Superwoman, being one of the superheroes, right? Wonder Woman. This is a community where people have a chance to gather, to share similar interests, to support each other's growth, and to just come and be uplifted, inspired, empowered, and also to not receive advice, but to receive guidance if that's permissible, because we always ask permission if anyone in the group feels inspired to share guidance or to offer a suggestion. So, permission is always going to be requested. But it's a place where we could really recollect ourselves and gather these new insights and look at our lives from a higher perspective, to see ourselves from a higher perspective. Because sometimes we have these blind spots, right? And we can't really see the truth of what's happening in our lives and why it's happening. And it's usually to help us, right? It's always that the universe is working to supply us with experiences to help us move forward, to help us with these breakthroughs. But sometimes it doesn't feel like it. And sometimes it feels like it's almost too much. So I get that. But when you come here, you could just drop all of that armor, all of the shields, all of the barriers and the blocks. So you don't have to grieve alone. You don't have to isolate. You don't have to hide from the world when it feels like it's too much or when your old friends have left you or you've left them. People are changing so rapidly. So you'll find that you're not in alignment with a lot of the old things in your life, like the old ways of making a living, the old ways of work, of income, and old friends and acquaintances or colleagues that you're just not vibing with anymore because you've probably vibrationally outgrew them, right? So you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to try and figure it out and be that Wonder Woman, right? That archetype. So, an ideal community feels like a vibrational match to who you are at your core. Your special place feels like your second home or your home away from home. Have you ever visited a place or gone on a vacation and you felt so right there? You felt so comfortable, like you just belonged there. This is the invitation that I'm offering you today to come to this space once a month where you can trust that you're going to receive the help from your soul tribe, from people you never even knew on the other side of the planet, right? Where you can meet not only a family that feels like a true family, like your soul family, but also a place where you could really connect, help each other, support each other in spiritual businesses or just in everyday things, just to feel a sense of camaraderie, a sense of belonging, so you could feel safe mostly because many of us did not feel safe growing up, a place to feel safe, seen, heard instead of invisible, instead of walking on eggshells, understood, appreciated, honored, and nurtured without ever having to feel separate, left out, abandoned, rejected, judged, or left to figure out how to make your life better on your own. How does that feel so far to everyone? I'm going to stop the screen share. So let me take a quick look here at the chat box. Welcome to everyone who I didn't have a chance to say hello to. So we have Kat, Ellen, anyone else that I left out? I don't think so. Okay, cool. So Angie says, so many great reasons to be in this community. Thank you. Thank you, Angie. I think so. Actually, I don't think so. I know so. And this has been something because I've been a support group facilitator as a Reiki master for so many years in hospitals and with inpatients, with outpatients, um, support groups for families, for caregivers. And this is something that we all need. Many of us don't receive this, and what the great part about this, it's very affordable. So pretty much everyone can manage this. So it's not gonna break your bank account. And it's something that is so nurturing and so loving. So Asha says, oh, I already read. Asha, I hope you're feeling better or you will feel better soon. Just keep breathing in and out and imagine that um, the top of you, your crown chakra, all the way going up from your heart to your throat, to your third eye, to your crown, that everything is sort of, you're breathing into that open space. So there's no tightness or pressure. And see if you could actually expand and imagine or envision that you're actually stretching all the way out, which we're going to be doing in a minute. So we're going to be expanding into any held feelings or sensations that might feel uncomfortable, that might make you feel pressured or tense or stressed. And I know that whenever I have a headache, it's usually because I'm in mental overwhelm. So just take it easy and kick back and just stay here, stay connected with us because we're all holding you. And a good position for you, it's a Reiki position, is just place one hand over your forehead and the other over the back of your head. Just do that for a couple of minutes and just breathe into your whole head. And imagine that you didn't have to be pressured or controlled by anyone or anything. Oh, that was you, Stephanie. Puppy love. Thank you. For some reason, the mute microphone icon didn't work, so I couldn't mute you, but I think everybody needed some puppy love. Sovereign and free. Thank you, Kat. Angie, so many great reasons. Yep, I read that. Thank you so much. So I'm going to ask all of you to kind of find a comfortable position, and I'm going to run some energy processes in, through, and around you, just to expand you and soften you, and just ask your inner child or your inner teenager to kind of calm and settle down. But the first thing we're going to do together is just clap all at the same time and raise our hands up in the air to the sky and look all the way up, smile, breathe, hold the breath, and then exhale with a big letting go exhalation, much longer than you inhaled. And this is a great way to calm yourself down and prevent even a panic attack. So try this again 2 more times. So we're all coming into our center, right? And this is what we do. We're reconnecting our mind and our bodies. Left hand, right hand, female, male, feminine, masculine. Placing your hands over your heart and then over your third eye. Breathing, holding. Emptying out your lungs completely. Let's try that one more time. Clapping. We're moving energy when we clap. Ah. And now rubbing your hands together. This is a way that we always start all of our divine feminine sessions, right? And just add a little body movement, a little rocking back and forth. Imagine that you're holding this precious piece of glass or this gemstone. You don't want to crush it, but you don't want to drop it. So your hands are just, you're just rubbing the your chakras, your palm chakras together. So this is how we activate our healing hands. But now I'm going to ask you to slow down your breath and to slow down your hands. And think about a time in your life when there were no problems or it just seemed like life was easier. Could be 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And I want you to breathe that feeling in, the essence of play, of joy, of ease. And you could just rub your hands this way as well. So we're really activating our healing hands, our palm chakras, and we're moving, because this is also a good way to move the stuck, blocked energy. And then we're going to go into another self-soothing position called havening. So we're rewiring our brain and we're rebalancing our divine feminine and masculine. So we are just doing this all the way down to our hands, rubbing our hands, but we're going to do this a few more times. So you're placing your hands, crisscrossing them over your left and right shoulders. Breathing, exhaling. So breathing in and out and go all the way down. So you're just pulling the energy, you're brushing yourself off. And if you have any essential oil, you can place it over your left receiving hand. Rub your hands together and breathe in that essential oil. Beautiful. So let's begin by just expanding a little. Sometimes we block ourselves and it almost feels like self-sabotage. And we're not opening ourselves up to receiving not only blessings and miracles, but really anything new. So this exercise will help to open and expand your energy so that there's no separation between you and your inner goddess. So become aware of the energy as you sit back in your chair, kind of lean back and imagine that you could You're just allowing yourself. You're not doing anything. You're still in your body. You're not spiritually bypassing or escaping your beautiful physical body temple. You're really actually finding more space inside to embody all of your feelings, sensations, and emotions. So keep expanding. Imagine that you're just unzipping and all of this heavy armor, all this weight from the burdens from your shoulders are all dropping. Ah, and they're just falling. This whole suit of armor, right, are just kind of being peeled off and away from you. And all of this heavy armor is just dropping to your feet, your ankles, and dissolving into the heart and the womb of Gaia. So imagine and envision that's happening and allow yourself to feel a lightening, an expansion. So you're expanding out to the room you're in, but now also the whole home and the neighborhood you're in, the building you're in, the city, the size of the city and state or the province you live in. So you're moving upwards. This is your higher self coming in, right? So you're actually opening and you're lifting, but you're also expanding horizontally as well as vertically. So allowing yourself to expand your energy until you're now the size of the country and the entire planet. What does that feel like to be that infinite, that vast, that connected to your spirit guides, to your goddesses, to your guardians and angels? What does that feel like? Now imagine that you're expanding where you are. You're not trying to get to be a certain size, but you're actually expanding so much with so much ease and grace that you're the same size as the planet and solar system. What does that feel like? Just notice how different you feel now, getting out of your head, right? Expanding into your field, lighting up the planet, lighting up the room you're in. You're just being yourself with no false masks, no illusions, no delusions. So you're just stretching all the way out now until you are the size, the width, the length, the diameters of the entire Milky Way galaxy. And now place your hands over your heart and imagine that your heart is now linked and connected to the 22 hearts that overlight you and the Milky Way galaxy. And keep now expanding and breathing with your healing breath as your anchor, breathing into every cell, every luscious, lavish cell of your body. Every muscle is softening and melting. Every organ is healing. So wherever there was tension and contraction, there is now an openness and an expansion. So just being in this flow, deepening, softening, opening, receiving. Now rub your hands together and just place them over your womb chakra, whether you have a physical womb or an etheric womb. And we all come from a womb. So breathing into your second chakra, you could breathe in the color orange now. This is the storage house of all of your buried old stuff, right? Your buried feelings and emotions that are too painful to look at. So I'm going to ask you to just breathe into everything that comes up, into your beauty, into your powers, your gentility, just surrendering into everything just as it is. See if you can hear a voice or a sound or see a color in your inner eye appearing, or just feel that you're settling into your own body temple, into a safe space or a safety net, a space of vulnerability, and just trusting your body's wisdom, trusting that you already know everything there is to know. And just dropping from your head to your heart to your womb space, your lower abdomen. You can place one hand, one finger in your navel, your belly button, and the other hand can just stretch and expand your fingers so you're touching your lower and upper abdomen at the same time. And you want to just stay there and just drop lower, lower, lower. We're really in our lower bodies now. And this is where we can create the greatest emotional transformation. So I want you to envision all beings, everyone you know, everyone you don't know, everyone coming together in this pyramid of peace. And when we visualize or imagine something with our inner eyes, this creates a vibrational changes on the energetic and the spiritual realms. And this has a ripple effect. So it goes out to affect and to uplift, to have a positive impact in every dimension for all beings. And let's call in Divine Mother, Creatrix, Shekinah, the goddess of compassion, Kuan Yin, mercy, forgiveness. And we can say, if I or my ancestors have ever hurt, wounded, victimized, or disempowered your divine feminine energy, your dignity, your authenticity in past lives or in any lifetime, in any timeline, in any dimension, galaxy, or reality, please forgive me, release me, and let me go. So you're imagining someone from the past or someone in your life right now that you're experiencing some challenges with, some animosity with, some misunderstanding with, and you're saying, Ho'oponopono, thank you, I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, and I also forgive myself and I let go. I let go of the outcome. I let go of the attachment to however it's going to be with this person. And then you could ask this person and their ancestors that if they've ever hurt, wounded, victimized, or disempowered your divine feminine energy, right? Your dignity, your authenticity in any lifetime or timeline, that you're now allowing yourself to forgive them, release them, and let them go. And you're going to call in now. See if you can make contact just for a brief moment, imagining the nameless elder healer, wise and well, enlightened and elevated ancestors, the females, the matriarchs of your family. Let's invite them into our healing space now. And we ask our mothers, grandmothers, sisters, aunts, daughters, female bloodline to come in and cleanse, clear, and purify our minds, our hearts, our wombs, as we ask to make amends, to clear our path so we can walk straight, we can move freely, we can heal our divine feminine collective, our family soul. And you can say to the same person, I'm so grateful to you for allowing me to make amends with you, to honor, to serve you, to work with you. Thank you for forgiving me as I forgive you. And now you're free, free from any cords, attachments, especially being an energy sensitive empath. We want to set things right from the past. So I'm going to ask you to rub your hands together and place them over your womb, your Svadhisthana, second chakra, breathing in and out the color of a navel orange or an orange solar glow. And just release much longer on the out breath, making an ah sound. Ah, gazing upwards into a spiral of light and a sea and seas of stars. Imagine seas of stars in the galaxies. And you're sitting or you're lying comfortably on a cushion, on a bed, a couch, or a chair in your own sanctuary of peace. Notice what that feels like in your body. So we're not avoiding our bodies or spiritually bypassing or wanting to escape from our bodies, no matter how much pain we're in. We're actually being called upon to embrace every feeling and sensation until it softens, dissolves, melts, and dissipates. So see if you could step into this radiant and luminous bluish white sapphire starlight, just breathing down the heavens, the higher dimensions, star Sirius, Arcturus. We're now calling in our galactic goddess. And let this version of you, this cosmic galactic goddess, begin to take care of you, begin to reparent you, to bathe, to wash, to pamper you, and just allow these luminous light frequencies to saturate and pour all the way through you from the top to the bottom, from the front to the back, from the left side and the right side. So we're breathing in the light from the second Sirius sun, the sun behind our sun, the invisible sun. And we're going to call upon Goddess Star Isis. Of course, we always work with Goddess Star Isis, Nephthys, Bastet, Sekhmet. And imagine that you're back in ancient Egypt and we're just co-creating something new together, something that was never even thought of or imagined until now in this kind and inclusive space where everyone is so welcome. So bathing, you could bathe, imagine you're bathing and washing yourself clean in the spirit of divine feminine energy, and let this energy just wash over you and bathe and soak in that energy, giving yourself a hug and a squeeze and just rubbing your energy, your neck, your throat, your heart. And we're going to invite in the first female physicians from ancient Egypt, Kemet, to overlight us, to liberate us from patriarchal oppression that will have no effect over us now and in the future. We're giving ourselves breathing space. We're backing away from any energy that feels too heavy, that doesn't feel like a match to who we are in our heart space. So removing ourselves, but also telepathically sending a message to any unkind, unhealed, traumatized, or wounded patriarchal, oppressive energies. We're telling them that we are no longer enslaved or disempowered by this energy, and that they can calm down too, and that it's not good for them either. And that the era of enslavement and disempowerment is over. This is the age of freedom, liberation. So breathe in that divine nectar, drink in the divine nectar of compassion, of calmness as the first female physicians are stepping in with your permission to your healing space to calm, to balance, to soothe, and to regulate your emotional nervous system. We're breathing in the light, the blue, sapphire, electric blue to calm our electrical systems. And we see Star Sirius goddess Isis, Soptet, the celestial Isis. And we're imagining the stars of Isis, of resurrection and rebirth, of Aset, the queen of the throne of healing and magic. Just continue feeling like you are one with Isis. Breathing in this dazzling, this bedazzling, sparkling, sapphire blue light, allowing this light to dance around you, to spiral, to move and radiate deep inside your belly, deep inside your heart, deep inside your throat. Breathing in, notice that vibration of freedom and liberation moving up from your feet, up your back, your lower spine, your tailbone, and just imagining as you place your hands and you're on your lower back, warming them up first so they feel like heating pads. Imagine that you're able to unravel any tension at the base of your spine and begin to slowly awaken your Kundalini creativity. Just soften and relax every micro muscle in your back and spine, in your face, your chest, and your dantian. Moving into this energy of sovereignty, owning your psychic abilities, trusting your intuition, and giving birth to your divine visions. You are limitless. You are stardust. And let's enter into the secret place of the lioness goddess Sekhmet in the temple of Karnak. This is the temple where you study the art of magical alchemy. You already have this. You know this. You can do this. Imagine there are no obstacles. There are no opposing forces. No one, nothing has power over you. Imagine yourself roaring with the fierce feminine fire goddess lioness Sekhmet. And notice as she takes your hands, she is anointing you with divine prescriptions. She's opening your Akashic records. She's inviting in Meret Ptah, the first female doctors, and Pesahet, the ones that performed all kinds of surgery in ancient Egypt, the ones that had to remain hidden, were working with this ancient Kemetic energy now, no longer living in secrecy. So imagine the first female doctors, physicians, doulas, herbalists, homeopaths coming in now with Bastet, the feline cat goddess, the female of the ointment jar, the one that overlights your courage, the goddess of power and healthy sexuality. Also anointing your hands, your feet, your head, your forehead, your chest, your lungs, allowing you to breathe even more deeply and just saturating you with all of these ancient medicine blends, these talismans, these elixirs of soothing and rejuvenative oils. just spreading all over you. This is moon medicine. So again, Bastet, Nefertiti, Cleopatra, the first medical team of female doctors that hold the cures to any dis-ease, any illness, any sickness or imbalance. They're helping you to empower your divine feminine, releasing the shadow shame, the secret vows of doubt, debt, and disempowerment passed on by your female ancestors. Your female ancestors are receiving these healing potions too. And you're now being wrapped and cocooned, held and swaddled by Divine Mother. Divine Mother holding you, carrying you, pressing you to her chest, to her bosom, and we're inviting in all of the Tara goddesses, the white version, the green version. And I want you to just rub your hands together and imagine that you're activating your healing hands right now. And you're just scanning your whole body. Notice where there may be a remaining cord that drains your life force energy, that leaks your precious potency, that causes health problems with no logical explanation, that blocks your life force, your chakras, your meridians. Where do you feel a cord wrapped around you? There are positive, loving cords and bonds, but there are also non-serving ones. So please see if you could locate a place in your body that feels tight, tense, too cold or too hot, a place that might feel completely numb and void of feelings. And we want to see if there are any cords that are ready to go now, that are ready to dissolve, melt, soften, shrink, unravel, and unwind. So breathe and stretch. Notice if you have any dark cords, red cords, or any cords that seem too thick or too old that are clinging, that are suffocating your life force energy, or maybe gray. Maybe you could locate a gray or a dull cord. And I want you to imagine and envision that all of your helpers, all of the female doctors, physicians, doulas, healers, goddesses, priestesses, herbalists, homeopaths, rebirthers, they're all coming in and they are taking their wands and they are touching the tip. And as they touch the tip of each unwanted, non-beneficial cord that hurts you, that harms you, that feels too tight around you, they are now just taking their crystals and melting it. And so imagine that you can actually pull yourself out of all of those loops, of those mazes of cords and attachments. And your divine feminine team is now coming in and helping to strengthen the positive cords, the positive bonds. And all of these positive connections are now turning royal blue. They're swirling, they're liquefying, they're flowing, but they're wrapped gently around your heart, around your soul, where you can't even see it. These are cords from past lovers, friends, family members, beloveds, where that love is now even stronger between the two of you. So imagine you're surrounded by yellows and sunlight and oranges and bright light, and maybe pinks or shimmers or sparkles or twinkles of flowing ribbons of energy. Breathing in this white light, this spiritual or this goddess oxygen now. And imagine that all of these cords are now lifting. Beautiful. So we're going to take a 2-minute break so you can go to the bathroom, and I will be right back.
We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flow into the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flow into the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flow into the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flow into the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flow into the ocean. We all come from the goddess, goddess, goddess. We all come from the goddess, goddess, goddess. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flow into the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop of rain, flow into the ocean. We all come from the goddess, and to her we shall return like a drop
Okay, we are back. Can everyone see me and hear me okay? Please go ahead and type in the chat box if you can. Can you see the screen with Goddess Isis and Master Merlin? Please let me know if you can. Hi, Ron. Nice to see you, brother. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So right now, all I'm going to ask you to do is receive. So if you're willing to just receive a goddess attunement, just say yes. And the goddess attunement is meant for you to empower you. It's meant to save you in many cases, to rebirth you and resurrect your divinity and your soul plan, your soul path. It will allow you to make a breakthrough. It'll allow you to work your magic. Okay? Okay. I needed to have a little Isis attitude here because she doesn't play. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap, right? I'm going to show you what trauma tapping, it only takes 8 minutes, what it feels like and what it can do for you to move those heavy blocks and mountains of stuck, stagnant debris of old, sluggish, tar-like energy, to give you some flow, some flexibility, to help you learn what it means to travel lightly with adaptability. And Goddess Isis and Merlin are working together. So all you need to do is just say, yes, I'm willing to receive this. And then just copy me. And then see if the headaches are gone. See, just notice what you notice. I'm not doing anything to you. I'm just transmitting this from me through you. So the less resistance, the less headiness, the less stubbornness or inflexibility, the more openness, right? The better results you'll see. And trauma tapping is meant to help anyone. There are no words necessary. There is no human language. It's just all telepathic. And it's to help you remember how to practice your magic, to break those nasty spells that you have actually agreed to in some other lifetime, timeline, or dimension. Either you or your ancestors that passed these yucky energies to you. And so now is the time to be super conscious, super aware of why you are here, what your unique gifts are, how you can make a difference in the world. That all starts with you. So we're going to release and move some old stress, pain, and trauma. And it only takes a few minutes. And I'm going to play the Merlin Reiki infused music now. And all you need to do is just do what I do. Just sit on the edge of your seat if you can. Don't lean back. It works better this way. Close your eyes if you want, or you can gaze softly at the eyes of Isis and Merlin, representing the feminine and the masculine. Take 2 short breaths in, hold the breath, and release longer. And this is stimulating your vagus nervous system, your polyvagal nerve, the longest nerve in your body. Completely empty out your lungs and make a big ah sound or woof. Blow out that energy. Remember, each acupressure point, acupoint is related to a different organ and meridian. So we're flushing all those nasty toxins out of your system. Lightly and slowly, just tapping out the trauma. Now drumming like you became a rock star drummer. You just drumming, starting at the breastbone and working your way out to the collarbone. Placing one hand over your shoulder, the other shoulder, and lightly tapping under your arm. Taking 2 breaths in and out. Tapping your fingertips by the nail bed. Feeling Goddess Isis tapping on you, gently touching, caressing you, and Merlin casting a loving spell on you. A spell of liberation, transformation, magical manifestation. Inner brow. And place the other hand over your face. Go to the sides of your eyes, the temples. Imagine you're back in the temple with Goddess Isis, your mother, your teacher, your mentor. Holding your face in your hands. Sides of your neck, rubbing down, opening up your freedom of speech, the right to speak up, to speak out, to advocate for your rights and the rights of all the vulnerable ones, the rights of all girls and women, the elderly, the young, the babies, the toddlers, asking for their divine protection, asking for miraculous outcome to stop the violence, to stop the wars and genocides, to protect all women and children. In through the nose, 2 short breaths to energize you. And exhaling all the toxins, all the grief out of your lungs, the sadness, the heaviness, and really settling down into your body. Good. And just chat in now, type in the chat box how you're feeling now, how you like this Reiki encoded music, the sound healing technologies from Master Merlin and Goddess Isis, restoring and rebalancing your feminine, masculine, female, male, your yin, your yang, so you could give and receive equally with ease, grace, and space and glory. And you could bow to them and bow to each other and say namaste. Thank you for this beautiful divine inspiration and intervention. Good. So what I'm going to do right now, I'd love for you to chat in how you're feeling, how you've shifted from before till now. What have you noticed? What feels different? What feels new and refreshing? So let's wait a moment to allow everybody to chat that in. And I am going to take a moment to share the screen so I can talk about the next exciting news, the new offering that I have that I'd love to invite you and welcome to. So let's take a quick look at the chat box. I have 8 new messages. Whoa. Okay. The angels came through to remove. What did they remove, Ron? Just curious. My mother, oh, your
Vandana.
mother's birth pain came through you.
It came up on my crown and it was so painful, but they took it right
Oh,
away. They just made me aware.
they grabbed it. They took that right
Yeah, it's like that.
away.
I didn't know. And then later I calmed down because you were guiding us. And then the angel showed its wings that it's okay. I was like the trauma of it. I didn't realize, I wasn't born yet. I was just coming through. And I
You were
don't
still in
realize.
utero.
Yeah, and
Yes,
I
that's
think
when it
that
starts.
yes, my neck had the umbilical cord around it when I was born, I think, because that's what that panic came in. And they took a pain out of my head so strong. And my mother had an aneurysm, when,
Oh,
yeah, she had 2 or 3 of them, matter of fact, in this lifetime. And a stroke
wow.
and stuff like that. And I was just learning Reiki at that time. I think when I met you around the New Life Expo thing. And that was years
Yes,
ago. Yes, it was years, and that's what I was learning.
which
She
is
said,
happening right now as we speak.
"Yes, thank you." I just wanted to tell you, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I love you. Kat says that was beautiful. I feel lighter. Thank you, Kat. Thank you so much. Much respect and love and admiration to you, goddess. Angie says she's feeling more embodied, calm, and blissful. How did you like working with Goddess Isis and Master Merlin together as one couple, one team? As part of each other, really, to help to harmonize your feminine and masculine. How did you like this dynamic duo? Because usually people call them in separately, but I haven't witnessed anyone calling them in together at the same time. So let me know in the chat box. But right now I'm sharing my screen because I want to invite you to a monthly experience. If you enjoyed today's session, the Sovereign Goddess Sanctuary Experience. More to come. So this is a high vibrational goddess space. We talked about all the benefits, I think, already before, but it also includes a goddess reading every month to align with your soul purpose, just to check in with you and your inner child to see how you're doing, if you're walking in the right direction, on the right path. You'll also learn empowerment tools to melt blocks and heaviness so you could clear your own cords and attachments that don't serve or support you. You'll also experience guided journeys, relaxing journeys like this to calm, soothe, and regulate your nervous system. Also, sacred light baths and energy processes to help you to bond with your inner children, to wash away toxins and negative energy that you're still carrying. Again, most of this is generational trauma passed on by your recent ancestors. And also, Reiki infused guided sound healing journeys. And let me just share one more thing with you. Let's see if I could find the right. You're going to actually receive an invitation to the Goddess Sanctuary. This one was actually from today. So, oops, just give me a moment. See if I can find it. But you know what? I'm just going to send it to you now in a follow-up email. So I'll just tell you from memory. Basically, what you're going to experience. Okay, does everyone want to hear? Good. I'll take that as a yes. So basically, we're going to meet every month. You're going to receive 2 free training programs, Divine Feminine Embodiment Attunements and Empowerments, as well as a distant Reiki healing session. There'll also be a group clearing session. Also unlimited access to emails between our sessions. And also, of course, the precious opportunity to make new friends, to meet other women, to receive whatever it is that you've been blocking or hiding from, and an opportunity to come out, but at the same time, stay and in the comfort and the privacy of your own home. So for those that experience social anxiety, you won't have to spend any money to travel to a venue or a location. Of course, I'd love to see you in person. So the Sovereign Goddess Sanctuary will meet every month. And the time and date for the first one is going to be decided by tomorrow. So I'd love to hear from all of you. What is the best day and time of the week for everyone to meet? Because I realize that everyone lives in a different time zone. So this membership has, like I said, the 2 Divine Feminine healing programs that you can listen to at your own pace, which is a $600 value. And oh, one more thing, you'll get 50% off of every reading and every session with me, whatever kind of session, whether it's an Akashic reading, a clearing, a Reiki session, whatever it is. So 50% off of that and 20% off of every single weekly transmission and program. So that is an excellent value in the thousands. And you'll be invited to join just by clicking. I'll send you a link. And the good news is right now for the first 3 months, it's only $33 a month. So this is a monthly membership subscription, and I'm so honored to be giving this away to you practically for free, because I realize that a lot of us are struggling with finances right now, job uncertainty. I know that a lot of people have also been laid off of their jobs. So I'm trying to make this, not trying, I'm making this. I'm determined and steadfast to make this offer as generous as possible and impossible for you to say no. Basically, this is good medicine for you. This is about self-care. So every time we meet once a month on a live Zoom call like this, you'll learn a new tool, a new skill set, a new way to activate your psychic and telepathic gifts as well. So yeah, does anyone have any questions about this? So I'll be sending out a follow-up email, so you could just go ahead and sign up if you feel like you're guided to, it's easy to, and it's a no-brainer, right? Because we all need a support system, right? We all need it because we can't always get that support system, or at least a healthy support system, right? So a lot of us feel drained, depleted, lonely, and isolated. And that's not good for our mental, emotional, physical, or spiritual health. We all are in this, on this ride, in this boat together, but we're stronger together. So Angie is saying Tuesday or Thursday afternoons. Great. Well, today's Thursday and it's the afternoon. So does this time work for most of you? Wilma, Asha, Asha, how's your headache? Angie, Stephanie, beautiful. Awesome. Angie says yes. Okay, great. So let's just say that we'll confirm Thursday afternoon at 2 o'clock, because I know in Europe it's 7 or 8 o'clock, and I have a lot of goddesses from Europe that call in. Yay! Remember, this is a circle for everyone who identifies and with with the goddess and who honors the goddess and who would like to embody more of the qualities of a goddess. Remember, trust, receptivity. That means being able to receive instead of always giving, right? Caregiving, you're receiving the healing back, the support, the love, the kindness, the inspiration, the new, fresh insights, and really strengthening your support system, growing and building your tribe, finding your tribe. It's so hard these days to really find your tribe, to even have something in common or to share the same morals or values or belief system. And because there's so much division on the planet, this is why I wanted to offer this really pampering space for everyone to gather together, to make new connections. And and so I'm really thrilled to have you be the first women to join my new Sovereign Goddess Sanctuary. So Asha, it's about a 5. So I'm going to ask you to just lay down now and take a nap for about an hour if you're able to, and sign off of all electronic devices. And I'm going to send Goddess Isis and Master Merlin, with your consent and permission, as well as the first female doctors and healers and magicians. I'm going to ask them to work their magic on you now. Is that okay, Asha? So then you'll send me an email, vanzana@vanzanalighthealing.com, letting me know how you feel in about an hour or two. And if it's down to a 3 or a 2 or a 1, that would be awesome. Yeah. And remember, I'm sending the replay to everyone. Aw. Well, thank you, everyone. Does anyone have any other questions before we say goodbye? Because we've reached our 90-minute mark now, so I want to respect your time. Thank you. It was so lovely seeing everyone. I hope you feel better and that you recover faster from years and lifetimes of stress, pain, and trauma. It's not your fault that you're not feeling your best, but healing is always possible. And everything, every problem that has been following and haunting you that for what seems like forever, everything is resolvable and fixable. So thank you, Angie. Yeah, of course. Whatever help you need, just reach out. Vanzana@vanzanalighthealing.com. Thank you, Kat. Namaste. Bless you. And who knows, maybe one day we'll be meeting together in person. I'm available to travel. So yes, but for now, you can give yourself that therapeutic touch with the trauma tapping, with the self-soothing havening exercises. These are all soothing and calming your peaked and flooded nervous system. So please enjoy the rest of your afternoon and weekend. And I will see you next week for the next Goddess Isis transmission. If you are on the mailing list, you will receive that by tomorrow. So thank you. If you have any questions, you can also schedule a private consultation with me. And that's on my website, bandanalightshealing.com. Please keep in touch. And I love you and respect you so much. Thank you. Bye bye and bless you. Bless you always.